Hello guys, so we are back, and in this C programming tutorial video we are going to talk about structures. So structure is actually a data type which allows us to combine data of different types together. So they help us to kind of make a complex data type which is actually representing something from the real life. So if we are making a program for students, we can use different data types like elements for that structure. So I know that every student has its name. It has first name, last name, date of birth, grades, and all those different things. ID number, for example. And all of those elements which one student has are actually different type elements. So structures have a big purpose and they're very often used. So basically, there's almost no program without a structure in C. So when we want to make a definition of one structure, this is how we do it. So the keyword that we use is struct. Then we name our structure. For example, I will make a structure for a basketball player. So the name will be player, of course. And then we open these curly brackets. Some programmers like to have these curly brackets, this first curly bracket up here. For me, it's kind of nicer when I have it here, so that is on you to decide how will you do it. But for me, it's like easier this way. And as you can see here, after the second curly bracket, you have semicolon, so that is pretty important. The elements of one player are, for example, it has its first name. So char f name, like this. I'll make it an array, which I'll use to place string of that first name from that player, and I will do the same for the last name, like this. So every player has a jersey number, so I'll use int because it's a whole number. So jersey number, and that is, for example, one very simple structure for one player. Okay. This is how we make it. You can also use, for example, like this. If you have structure time, then if it's a really, or date, let's use date. It's because we can use it in player for the date of birth, for example, like this. Int, day, month, and year. This is how I will make my elements of this structure. So if it's a really small structure, you can place it all in one line. You can place this one too all in one line, but it's kind of odd and you cannot actually see all of these elements. It's easier when it's like this, one underneath the other, because it's nicer. This way I have this structure, and for example, we know that every player has its date of birth. So we can also use structures as elements inside of another structure. So like this, struct date, and then I need to name that structure here, that variable of that structure, date of birth, like this, for example. So when you want to define a variable which is type struct, you can do it in two ways. You can do it just like any other type. For example, if you want to make a variable which is type int, then you type in int and then the name of the variable. It's the same thing goes with struct type variables. So you do it like this, struct, and then the name of that structure, which is player in this case. So you type this, and then you type the name of the variable. So for example, I can have like this, P guard for point guard. It stands for point guard. Or I can have, I don't know, player one, like this. So that this player one is actually a variable which is type struct player. Okay, so just for now, I will comment this line out because I don't need it right now. So when you want to initialize one structure, then you can do it like this. You use these curly brackets, and because the first element is first name. Okay, so because it's an array, I can only use strings here. So Damien, I'll use my favorite basketball player right now, Lillard, Damian Lillard of the Portland Trail Blazers, and the jersey number is 0. Okay, that is actually how you do it. And for example, you can do it, there's another way to do it, and it's in the definition of the structure here. So basically you can place the name here just after this this curly bracket, the second curly bracket, and for example player 2. You can also make an array of variables of elements, and each element will be type struct player, like this. Starters, for example. We know that in basketball we have 5 starters, and then I've made an array which is called starters, and it has 5 elements, and every element is type struct player. Do you get it? It's pretty simple. So when you want to actually access one element of one structure, then you use the operator like this. It's a dot actually. So I will show you how to use it. For example, if I want to print out these data from this variable, then I can do it like this. Number %d, then %s, and %s, \n, and here player 1. So I use this, player 1, and then I use dot here, and behind it goes f name. Player 1, L name. I just made a mistake because at the first place we have jersey number, so at the first place here it needs to go player 1 dot jersey number. Okay, and if we run this now, as you can see, number 0, Damian Lillard. Okay, so that is how you access one element of one structure. It's not so hard. And for example, if I've had this right here, struct date of birth, and I want to make it here too, then what I would need to do is I would need to have another curly bracket here, and the elements of that curly bracket would be placed inside of this structure, so on these places. So I don't know the date of birth of Damian Lillard, so I'll just use this. And here I can also type in, I don't know, %d, 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 and like this. Okay, and then here at the end, I would need to have player. I'll just go to the next line so you can see it better. Player 1, then dot, date of birth, and then again we use the dot operator, and then dd. So we're basically, through this variable, we are approaching this element, which is actually a structure. So through that, we are approaching this one, which is type int. Okay. So I'll just copy this now and paste it here. And I will just change these. This one is for month and this one is for year. Okay. So when we run this now, as you can see, Damian Lillard, 1st January 2000, it's not important. Okay, so that is how you use these and how you access an element of a nested structure, because this structure is actually nested inside of this one. So that will be pretty much it for this video. In the next video, we are going to talk a little bit more about structures and how they work inside of the memory. You will actually learn what is a padding in structure, because, for example, when you make a structure, try to do it by yourself and try to print out the size of that structure. So you just need to use like this, printf again, printf %d size of player 1. For example, if these weren't arrays, and if they were, I don't know, just char elements, then we want to print out the size of that structure. And you probably will think that char, okay, it has 1 byte, so it's 1. Then 2 because of this one, that you have 2 chars. Then you have this struct date, where you have 3 ints, and each int has 4 bytes. So that means 12, and plus these 2, it's 14. And then plus this one, which is int, 14 plus 4 is 18. And then when you print this out, so we are expecting 18, but we actually get 20. And in the next video, I will help you understand how they work inside of the memory and what is a padding, because of the padding, this size of gives us results that we don't expect. Okay, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel too, and put the notification bell on as well to be in touch with our latest videos, because we upload daily. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.